Happy New Year, everyone. It's been a while since I created a video, so I wanted to do a yearly high level review of the market. I've been training two students in wave analysis, and between that and doing my own trading, I've had little time to do any videos, so that is the reason for my absence in YouTube land. But for my friends in Florida, Gary and his friends, this video is for you guys, just to give you guys a quick update on what I'm seeing in the market at a kind of a more macro, higher level view. So let's get on to the chart. I'm going to start with the S&P. And I think the easy money now has been made. Now, that's not to say that you still can't make some good money in the markets, but I can count 5 waves up. Zoom out here. I can count 5 waves up from the October 22 low. So, oops, 1, 2. Then we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves for the third wave. Corrected down for 4. And now they made an ending diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can count 5 waves. So that's why I'm saying the easy money is in, because now we've got a 5 wave move. And now they need to tell me what is about to happen, because there's a lot of scenarios that can play, but some of the bigger zones that I'm looking for are like this green zone and this purple zone. Looking for those to see if those hold. There's also a zone up here where this could just turn out to be a little A, B, C, just break 58.32 one more time, and then they could go back up and break the high, and then we'll have to see, because then I think that this could turn out to be, they're making a bigger diagonal for this fifth wave, and this would all just be one, and then they'll probably make a bigger correction for 2 before they go back out for 3, 4, and 5, and then this fifth wave is going to be like way over here and a lot higher. So there's right now there's just too many patterns that are in play that could happen, because like I said, there are 5 waves and they could make a substantial correction. And there's one pattern that says, that actually be going all the way down and under 4,000. So I don't see that happening, but that pattern does exist. So the size of this correction is going to be helpful for me to figure out what the pattern is. And that's why I want to see, I assume that they're going to come down a little bit more and break that 58.32, probably maybe even tomorrow or Friday. And then what happens? Does it quickly reverse up? Do they come down into 5609, 5493 zone? Do they come down into this purple zone, which is like 5480? Could come all the way down to 5112. So I need them to tell me what the pattern is, because there's too much that could happen. So, like I said, easy money's been made. There are 5 waves, and it's just a matter of, is the 5 waves in, or is this diagonal? That could be just a leading diagonal. Like if this green zone holds, I think that was 1, and then they'll come down in 3 ways for 2, and then go up for the 3, 4, and the 5, and then you're getting way up into the 6,000s. Now, I'm sure a lot of you been watching TV analysts come on, and some of the higher people, they're more into having a target of 2025 being at 6,700. The highest I've seen is 7,000. So for those people, what I'm sure they're looking at, this was just a leading diagonal. and it's not, that's just the beginning of the fifth wave. And so that's one, correct down here for two, get a strong third wave, correct down for four, and then go back up one more time for the fifth wave, and that's how you would reach 7,000. So that's a definite possibility, but I would need to see this green zone hold then, in order for us to get a strong third wave. So, like I said, it's a diagonal, and that could be it for the fifth wave, or that could be a leading, and then this fifth wave is going to be coming up here. So just too many patterns right now to really give any type of a forecast. The correction has started for sure, but it's just a small little three wave that I can't really say what the pattern is and what levels are probably going to be holding here. So this purple zone, just so you guys know, I'll go out to a monthly chart, is from the COVID low 2020, hit a five-wave move right down to the 50. So 1, 2. If this is the fifth wave is in and complete, that'd be 3. And then this should be holding this purple zone down here, in the 50, low 5,000s. That'd be 4, and then they'll go up for 5. So that's the purple zone. If that holds and then reverses, then that's going up for the fifth wave. But we still don't know if this fifth wave, this final fifth wave, is done. So need to see, just like I said, how deep is this correction to tell us what is going on. So when we look at the Nasdaq, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. I'll start out at the monthly, and this is just, here's the COVID low. Here's that 1, 2. So the Nasdaq, this purple zone would be the 4. So came up for 3. If the 3 is in, Nasdaq should be coming down 20,000. Could come down to, well, it can't come down below this 1874. So somewhere maybe 19,000 or so. Come down for 4 and go up for 5. That's one pattern. If they're going to make a big 5-wave impulse, go down to a daily. So on the daily, the August low, here's the diagonal on the Nasdaq, 1, 2, perfect target, reached right in the middle of the target, 3, 4, and then a 5-wave move now for 5. So if that's a leading diagonal, Nasdaq could be coming all the way down to this green zone, 20,170, or down 19.6. Comes down in like 3 waves and then reverses and breaks the high. Then I think that this is just 1. This is 2. Then you're going up for 3, 4, and 5. And then this fifth wave is still not done. So, like I said, easy money has been made. We've got 5 waves. We just don't know what this diagonal is. Is that the ending diagonal and that completes that big 5-wave move? Or is that a leading diagonal and it's just the beginning of the fifth wave? So if you're extremely bullish, then I'm sure you're looking at that going, no, that was just a leading diagonal. We're going to make a correction, but we still got a lot more up. So, like I said, I would expect that green zone to hold then, but there is a possibility that they just make a shallow correction, come break 21,006 one more time, I would think, give a nice 3-wave correction, and then go and break it. And then that opens a door to a couple of possibilities. Either this is ABC for a leading diagonal, and that's just the first wave, get a big correction for 2, and then you're reversing up for 3, 4, and 5, or this could turn into a flat A, B, give you a C, and then this would be like a 1, 2, and then you're going up for 3. So just too many patterns still to know like what is about to happen here, but I would think they're gonna at least drop it under 21.6, and then we got to see, do they push it farther down, or is it gonna quickly reverse and go break the high? So that's the market review. I just also want to take a quick look at the US dollar index because this might give a little bit of a clue as to what's about to happen. So let's go out to a monthly on this. From the 2008 low, financial crisis low, we did have this A, B, C. So that's a big, was that 2008, 17 years to make that correction up. I would think that this three-wave move down to there is not all the correction then, and they're going to go break the high. It could, but I have a feeling that the US dollar is just going to stay in this range for a long time. Because if this took 17 years, I doubt that little drop is all of the correction, and the dollar is going to go and break the high. I think it's just going to be correcting in here. Maybe not as long as this, but definitely going to stay in this range for much longer. So most likely, I think, I'm going to go down to a daily. I think we had this A triangle for B and then straight down for C. I don't think that's all the correction. And so far now we've had one, and then so that's A, because there's a three-wave move down for B. And I can count 5 waves right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I can't tell if this 5th wave is done yet. They could still push that up a little bit more. But this 5th wave is going to be ending relatively soon. And so I think this is just going to be A, B, and a 5-wave move for C. And then I think the dollar won't be a straight line down, but it's going to be working its way down to come and break 99.57 one more time. Because then you'll have 3, 3, and then I think they'll make like a 5-wave move down. It'll take many, many months, 6 months, maybe 8 months, working its way down. I think that's the most likely pattern because, like I said, and then I think that still won't even be all the correction. That the dollar will then go back up in 3 waves and then still come back down one more time. And so, like I said, I think with many years still to come doing all of this. I don't think that they're going to go break the high, but you never know. I mean, this could turn out to be like this is just the A wave, and then maybe the B wave is going to come up, and we're going to get a C wave, and then this will be A, B, C, and then it's going to go back. Like could be a running flag. Who knows? But I'm looking for the dollar to go down because even if they're going to go up, so let's say this was 1 and this is 2, that's not 3 because it's not high enough. I mean, they would have to really push this 5th wave up. So, I mean, if they do, then I'll change my tune. But I think we've got an ABC, and it's going to come all the way down. But even if they are going to go back up, if this is 1 and this is 2, this is probably just the first wave of the 3rd wave, and they should be correcting down into this green zone in 3 waves. Because then that'd be 1, 2, and then you get a 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave if they're going to go break the high. Like I said, I don't feel like that's not going to be my base case until they prove it. So either way, what I see is the dollar needs to come down. Even if they're going to go up, it needs a correction down into this green zone, which means it's coming down to like 104, maybe even down into the 103s before it would reverse. But I think a more likely scenario would be that they actually come down to break the 99.57. So either way, in both of the scenarios that I can see, it either needs a correction down before it goes up, or it needs to come all the way down. So that's why I feel like if the dollar's going to be coming down, that's going to be helpful for the S&P and Nasdaq. You know, if it corrects down, even if it corrects down, that should be helpful. That's why I just feel like the S&P is just going to be making a correction to go back up and break the high. Like, I don't think this fifth wave is in. I think they could be pushing it down. So that's what I'm seeing on the dollar. And if that is any indication of what's going to happen, if the dollar is going to weaken, I would expect that the Nasdaq or the S&P and Nasdaq will both like that. So that should help push the market up. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see, you know, like I said, on the S&P and Nasdaq, I'm looking for still more correction down. Just it's a matter of how deep are they going to go. Oops, I should go on the S&P. How deep are they going to go down before they reverse? And the dollar, the same thing. Is it just going to make a correction down into this green zone before it reverses, or are they just going to continually get weak and come all the way down to break that low? So let's see. So that's my high level view on the markets. Because what I'm seeing in the dollar, I think the dollar needs a pretty substantial correction after a 5-way move up, starting to get divergence. So if the dollar's in a weaken, markets should like that. So that's why I think it'll at least come down to, both the S&P and Nasdaq break their previous low that they just set last week. Break that, and then will it just make another correction up and then still one more down, or is it just going to be a shallow correction and are they going to go all the way up? So a lot of stuff that can happen, but I think the dollar might be giving us an indication like this could be making at least a substantial correction down. So maybe these are going to be going up. So something to keep an eye on. All right, so I just wanted to get that out. Quick update. When my time frees up, I'd like to get back to doing the bi-weekly updates. I'll see when the training gets done where I'm at. All right, good luck to you all. I will talk to you soon. Happy New Year. Good luck with the trading.